Okay, good morning, children. Today we will discuss story writing. Join the class fast, children. Yeah, let me check whether it's available there in both the sections or not. Alright. So, yeah, 10 students they have joined the class. Yeah, okay. So, we will discuss story writing, children. Story writing, a story is one of the oldest and most famous form of written composition. It is one of the oldest form of composition. Okay, and it is a oldest written form of composition, and it is most famous. Since ages, people they used to tell story, they used to write stories. Okay, and it was the most ancient form of entertainment. Okay, storytelling used to be there, story writing used to be there. Today we are there in the age of internet. Okay, there are a number of means that of entertainment, but there was a time when there were no other means of entertainment. So at that time, stories they used to be the main source of entertainment. So a story is one of the oldest and most famous form of written composition. Then it is a creative art. A story is a creative art. Okay, and you have to everyone, different people, they have different imagination. Okay, so you should have creativeness, you should have uniqueness. Okay, and you should have a spontaneous flow of ideas for writing a story. For writing a story, creativity must be there in you. You must take the initiative to write. Okay, you must think upon, you must ponder upon, you must give an expression to the ideas which remain there in your brain. So it is a creative art that requires a good sense of imagination. It is a creative art that requires a good sense of imagination. You should have a very good imagination. Okay, because the more you will have imagination, the more you will be able to write the story. You have to think upon and upon, you have to think again and again. You have to collect the idea that yes, my story can go in this direction. It could be like this. Its starting could be like this. Its ending could be like this. In between, I can develop the thoughts like this. Okay, so that you have to have a very good imagination to write a very good story. Then humor, an element of humor must be there. Okay, it should be able to make people laugh. Okay, then and language uses. Of course, language is the key. So while writing the story, the language of the story also should be appropriate. A good story, a good story is well written. A good story is well written, well organized, and meaningful. Now, a good story should be well written, well organized, and meaningful. You, your story should be well written. How or in what sense it could be well written? For example, that in the earlier point it was said that it must be humorous, it should give a message, it should be able to entertain the readers. Okay, it should be about a particular, it should go upon a particular plot. Okay, so like that it should be there. It should be well written, well organized. There should be a proper coordination in the ideas. Whatever the ideas you have taken, there must be an integrity, there must be a unity. Okay, and it should be well organized. You should not deviate from the main idea. You have to adhere to the thought, the idea which you have taken upon. Then, and meaningful. It must be meaningful. It must be able to give some message. Every story that the main purpose of the story is to give a message, to give a moral. So the story should be able to give a message or a moral, because the final intention should remain that how to reform the society, to entertain the people, at the same time to give a message. Then it tells about, it tells about an event that, or it could be purely fictitious. A story is a fiction, okay, and it is, as we already discussed, that it is based on imagination. It's not real. So it tells about an event, a fact, or it could be purely fictional. It could be based on a real event. It could be based on a real event. It could be based on a fact. Okay, there are certain stories about many legends. Okay, and many great people who did a lot of things about the betterment of the society. So it could be about an event, it could be about a fact, and it could be purely fictional. It could be purely based on imagination. Okay, so that is there. But all the stories, all the stories serve a major purpose, serve a major purpose. They have a moral and therefore teach a lesson. But all the stories serve a major purpose. All the stories they serve a major purpose, and that is they have a moral. They have a moral. Okay, they want to reform the society. They want to teach something, and therefore teach a lesson. A lesson remains there. Okay, so one thing is that the story must entertain the readers. Okay, but at the same time, it should be able to teach a lesson. As you people see a movie, so the movies also, what the story remains there in the movies. They sometimes remain there. Sometimes they remain there on a particular theme. Okay, sometimes on an event that of a real life. Sometimes on a particular fact, but they should be able to give a message, because the larger motive is to give a message so that a desired change, a good change may come there in the society. Okay, children, so this is about the story writing. We'll discuss the other things about that part we should focus upon. I am taking a photo of it. Yeah, I am sending it there in your WhatsApp group. Yeah, 7A and 7B. Arnav, today I was using my mother ID, made the channel name Arnav Gold, so I can chat with you as Arnav Gold. So I have sent it there in your group and it will be available there, children. Okay. 7A I have and the 7B also. It will take some time as the network is not that much fast. It will take some time, but it will be available there. Okay. Now, children, the next thing. Then key elements of a story. What are the key elements there in a story? Just like a taxi case requires several elements. If you have to make a tasty food item, then that requires certain things. Okay, certain spices. So likewise, similarly, a good story has many key elements. There are many things, many key elements that must be there in a good story. First of all, plot or the theme. Your story must have a plot. Your story should have a theme. Okay. So based on that plot or theme only, you will be able to write your story. So in exam, in story writing, how story writing is asked. First of all, either it may be an outline of the story could be given. Sometimes what happens, an outline of the story is given. Okay, so in that outline you can develop an idea that yes, this story is based on this particular theme, this particular plot. Okay, from starting to the ending, you are getting an idea about the story. So you have to develop your story in that question. Okay, and likewise, you have to develop the story. You have to, whatever the outline that is given to you, on the basis of that, you have to write the rest of the story. Okay, so the first thing is the plot or theme of a story. Sometimes what happens, a single line is only given. For example, one line could be given. It was a dark and stormy night. I was all alone at home. It was a dark and stormy night. I was all alone at home. Okay, only a single line has been given. So now you have to think upon that, yes, this is the situation. Now what further I could add in this? Okay, what further could be done in this, and how the story could be developed? What will be the things that I have to add there in starting? How the middle part of the story will be developed, and finally you have to reach for a conclusion. You have to end your story, but at the same time you have to think upon that some humor must be there. It should be able to entertain the readers, and at the same time it should give a message. So likewise, you have to develop your story. Sometimes what happens, only the ending of the story could be given, and I fulfilled all my dreams, and I was very happy to reach at this stage of my life, ending line. So now you have to think upon that, if this is the ending line, then what could be the starting of the story? What could be the middle part of the story? Okay, and finally you have to reach up to that ending part. So likewise, sometimes what happens, the story is given on the basis of visuals. A picture is given. So you have to look upon the picture, then you have to develop a plot, an idea that yes, this is the picture. Now a story like this could be written on this. So first of all, what you have to think upon, you have to think about the theme and the plot. Okay, as soon as you read the question, you have to think about the theme or the plot. That that how I have to develop the theme. Okay, how my plot will move ahead, how it will be coordinated, how an integrity will be there in it. Okay, so that you have to. So first of all, plot. Okay, then title. Second thing is title of the story. You have to give your story a title. A title is to be provided to the story. So right from the beginning, first of all, as soon as you read the question, you develop an impression about the plot and theme. That these are the outlines given, this is the starting line. You think upon that, yes, I am going to write my story in this way. What is an important part about the story? Imagination. So you imagine about the proceedings of the story, how I have to elaborate my idea, how the actions, the things will proceed there in the story. Meanwhile, at the same time, you have to think for a title. Okay, just think for a title. And if at that particular time the title is not coming in your mind, you just leave the space, and afterwards when it's coming there in your mind, at that time you can provide a title. But a title is a must for a story. Must be able to convey the central idea of the story. Reading the title, the reader should be able to understand that what a kind of story you are going to write. So the title should be very judiciously selected. It should be very effective, because your title is something that is developing a curiosity in the reader's mind about the story. The title should be able to provide an introduction to the theme of the story. Okay, and the story should have an integrity with the title. So the title of the story must be meaningful. The title of the story must be meaningful. Okay, and it should be parallel to the theme and plot of the story. It should have a relevance. It should have a relevance with the story. Okay. So then the next is there remains a dilemma and conflict. dilemma and conflict. While you are writing the story, there remains a conflict there in the mind of the characters of the story, and finally, there the conflict remains between the good or the bad things, and finally, the rich or the good things. As we have discussed the story, the Pope and the anthem, about the Sophie. So there remains a conflict. There remains a conflict in Sophie's mind. Okay, conflict remain about what? That earlier we wanted to spend his life in some other manner, and at the end he wanted to spend his life in some other manner. Okay, so in Sophie's case it was really a contradiction. Okay, so some conflict or dilemma remains there in the ideas of the central character, and finally the ideas which are better, they remain as the winners. Okay, so dilemma and conflict remains there. Now if we talk about the title, as in case of the stories of the Pope and the anthem, see the Pope and the anthem. So the Pope, there remains the role of the Pope there in the story. There remains the role there of a policeman in the story. And anthem, it is the music that changed his idea when he was sitting there in the park which was near to his home. Okay, so likewise, your title should match or should have a relevance with the theme and plot the plot of your story. The next thing is structure. Now, structure is the development of thought. Structure is the development of thought. A well-planned story has a proper structure. A proper structure. What does a proper structure means? That a beginning, a middle part, and an ending. What comes there in this story? A beginning, middle part, and appropriate. Okay, so a proper beginning must be there in your story. Proper beginning must be there. Proper beginning means whatever the starting line is given to you, whatever the ending line is given to you. Okay, what is the picture that is given to you, whatever the basis remains there for your story, but right from the beginning, you should have an idea that this will be the starting of my story, this will be the middle part of my story, and this will be the ending. Okay, so there must be a complete structure of your story in your mind at the starting. At the very starting, you should have a complete thought process about your story, a complete idea about your story, that my story will have a starting like this, in the middle I will write like this and that, and then it will have an ending like this. So all that you have to focus upon. So a beginning, middle part, and an appropriate ending. Ending should be meaningful, and it should have correlation with the starting part and the middle part. Okay, so that you have to ensure. Then a story can be written with or without the help of visual or the verbal inputs. Sometimes visual input could be given to you, sometimes verbal input could be given to you. So visual, a picture could be given, and the verbal, that is the hints that are given to you. Either the starting line of the story could be given to you, either the outline, the story could be given in the outline form. Okay, or either the ending line of the story. So starting line of the story, one or two starting lines of the story could be given. one or two ending lines of the story could be given, and either the outline of the story could be given to you. Okay, then to conclude a good story, you write this. To conclude a good story should be fascinating and well organized. All the details should be planned out. All the details should be planned out in advance. Okay, so to conclude, we can say a good story should be fascinating. It should be fascinating. It should be well organized, and all the details you have to plan in advance, and then step by step you have to move ahead. And last, you can say that moral. Your story should have a moral. Okay, because after all, it has to give a message. Okay, you have to inculcate some good thing there in the society, in the minds of your readers. So that message should be given. Okay, you should reform the society through your story in a positive manner. Okay, you have to develop a constructive approach there in the minds of your reader. And when will happen that when you will give some good message. So a very good message should be given. A very good moral should be there in your story. So we are the key elements that of the story. Now we will discuss about one outline. Yeah, the earlier also is in the way to be there in your WhatsApp group. But it will reach there in your WhatsApp group. Some problem is there. I have checked the earlier photo is also so far not available in your WhatsApp group, but have essence. Okay, that will be there. I will try again, and if then also it will not be there, I will resend it. Okay. Yeah, don't do unwanted chat in live chat. Hurts whoever the child is. There only meaningful discussion should be there in the live chat or anything that is relevant to the study that you can ask. Okay. Yeah. Rajab, I have checked it. It's not available. Whatever photos I have sent there in the WhatsApp group, it's not available so far there, but it will be available. At present, in the class where I am teaching, my mobile is not having that much network. But when I will go outside, then I will listen that. Okay, so I will ensure it that it remain available there in your WhatsApp group. Okay. Now we will discuss about a particular outline. Okay. Now I am giving you a question. So develop a story on the basis of the given outline, the young lamb to eat grass got separated from its group wandered far eating grass a youth comes lamb is afraid thinks of an idea asks youth to wait the grass digests with time stupid what believed okay children, so a young lamb went to eat grass. A young lamb. This is one of the outline given here. The question is generally asked in this manner only. Outline is provided. So likewise, an outline will be provided to you there in the exam. Sometimes what students they do, they consider these outline, these things as fill in the blanks, and they only write some things. They think that we have to write in these blanks only. We have to fill these blanks only. Okay, that should not be there. This is an idea provided to you. This is an outline provided to you, and this is the structure. On this, you have to develop the structure of your story. You have to develop the plot of your story. You have to develop a theme for your story. Okay, so these are the happenings of the story, and on the basis of that, you have to develop your story. You have to design your story. You have to make your story. That you have to understand. Okay, these are the outlines. These are the happenings. These are the things which will happen there in the story. Okay, so that's what they do. They put, okay, they fill these blanks. They fill simply these blanks, and they think that they have written the story. So avoid doing like that. Rather than try to get the idea, develop an idea that these and these things have been suggested. So the story may go like this. This may be the starting of the story. This may be the middle part of the story, and the ending could be like this. Okay, let me write the complete outline. That word comes in search of land Wall is scared away. Then step model. Okay, so let me again take a photo of it. Yeah. Now by that time you think upon what story could be written. So I am going outside for a network. Okay, children, by that time the outline is before you think about it and try to make a story. Try to make a story on the basis of the given outline. By that time I am going there outside in search of network so that it could what I have written that could reach there in your WhatsApp group. Okay, if I am coming back, you just think, yeah, I am resending it, yes, Vardhan. Okay, you just think upon that what story could be written. Okay, for example, a young lamb went to eat grass. So you can think that it is the story about what? It is the story about a lamb. Lamb, that is the young one of a sheep. Then got separated from its group. Second idea given to you that it got separated means it moved there. The lamb started its journey with a group, but anyhow it got separated. Now you have to write how it separated, what happened that it separated from its group. Wandered far means moved far with its group. Eating grass, suddenly a wolf came. Suddenly a wolf comes. A wolf came. Lamb is afraid, of course, that is natural. Lamb became afraid. Think of an idea. It thought for an idea. Asked wolf to wait till the grass digests. Okay. Waste time. Stupid wolf believes. Waste time. Shepherd comes in search of lamb. Wolf is scared away. And meanwhile, what happened? The shepherd came and the wolf is scared away and it ran away. Okay, lamb saved its life. So likewise. So now you have to think for a title. You have to think for a theme and a plot. Okay, so you think upon by that time I am going in search of network and okay. So you just wait and try to write your story or think upon before writing the story what you should do. You should think upon for an idea or a plot or a theme that yes, my story will proceed like this. This will be the starting part of my story. This will be the middle part of the moral of my story. All this you think upon. So now children, yes, now I think it's available there in your WhatsApp group. Okay. What I have written there on the board that is available there in your WhatsApp group. Okay. So now children, make it sure that when you are, the story writing is an important part of the examination process. It comes there in the writing section. Okay, and in almost every class, story writing is there in class 6, it is there in class 7, it is there in 8, 9, 10, and in the classes to come. Okay, what you have to focus on about story writing, one thing is that it is based on imagination. It is based on imagination. Your imagination is your own. It's not necessary that what other is thinking, it will match with the imagination of others. Your imagination is your own, their imagination is their own. Your story may follow any other direction, others' story, it may follow their direction. Okay, but you should have an imagination. You should have a thought process. You should think upon. You should make a plan, an idea that yes, I can write my story in this manner. This will be the line of or the proceedings of my story will take place in this manner. Okay. So as soon as you see the question, you see the outline, just think upon that I will write my story like this manner. What is the structure of your story should be there in your mind. What is the structure? That is the starting part, that is the middle part, and that is the ending part. And then you should start writing the story. Just take 1 or 2 minutes for thinking that the story is to be written like this. Just think for the plot and then start writing the story. And one thing you have to avoid. What you have to avoid? That simply I will put is, am, are, was, were like that in the gaps provided. It's not fill in the blanks. It is a story that you have to write, and how you have to write. All hints are provided to you. You know that a young lamb went to eat grass. Okay, so one idea you got that what the story is about. Got separated from the group. Further idea about the story. Wandered for eating grass. Suddenly a wood comes. Lamb is afraid. Thinks of an idea. Okay, so now it's very much evident to you that the lamb's life was in trouble. Due to what the life was in trouble? Due to wolf. And to save himself from the wolf, the lamb is working on what? On an idea with the help of which, on a plan with the help of which it could safeguard its life, save its life. And then what was the plan made? That I have to digest the grass. So please give me some time. And meanwhile, what happened in that time? In that time, the shepherd came. And as the shepherd came, now whose life was in trouble? That of the wolf. The wolf ran away. And by this way, whose life was saved? The life of the lamb. Okay. Now, yes, Rajab, don't post these things. Rajab, they should be avoided. Now, what message has been given? That we must think smartly. Okay, we must keep our calm. Okay, there remains a solution in every trouble. There remains a hope amid every situation. Okay, so likewise you could give a moral, and you have to think for this a title. Okay, so you just think, yeah. Now I'm waiting for you. You just give a title to this story. Yes, Rajab and yeah, other students, you just give a title. What title you could give to this story? Provide a meaningful title to this story. Yes, children. So let yeah, by that time you can write a title and a moral. That this could be the title, this could be the moral. Okay, now I am reading this story. How this story goes on, this particular story. Okay, so now you can think upon, you can match with your story. Once a young lamb went to eat grass. Once a young lamb went to eat grass with its group in the jungle. once a young lamb went, the smart lamb. Yes, Smriti Gupta, this title is absolutely right. Yeah, think upon other title, a shepherd and a young lamb. It's lamb. Okay, spelling error is there. So Tejas, yes, of course, this is also a meaningful title. Okay, and this is having a relevance that with the plot and structure of the story. Yeah, good. So I am reading the story, just pay attention. Once a young lamb went to eat grass with its group in the jungle. The young lamb wanders far away in search of soft grass and gets separated from the group. It was eating grass and enjoying its food when it suddenly saw a wild wolf approaching stealthily towards him. Stealthily means quietly. The lamb got frightened and started shivering. Of course, that is a natural reaction, because once a lamb will see lamb and shepherd, yes, and lamb and shepherd. More than that, see, these lamb and shepherd, they are one part of the story. Okay, one side of the story. So you have to give importance to both the sides. And here the other side is that is the wolf. So that also you should mention. Lamb and the wolf. That would have been more important. Yes, Vardhan, that would have been. Lamb and shepherd, they are one side of the story. And the other side is regarding what? Wolf. That you have to write up. Okay. So once a young lamb went to eat grass with its group in the jungle. The young lamb wandered far away in search of soft grass and gets separated from the group. It was eating grass and enjoying its food when it suddenly saw a wild wolf approaching stealthily towards him. The lamb got frightened and started shivering. On seeing the wolf approaching towards it, tries to come up with an idea. It politely asks the wolf, "Dear wolf, are you going to eat me? If you want to eat me, you can, but give me some time." The lamb further said softly, "Dear wolf, please wait for some time. I have eaten a lot of grass and let me digest this grass. After I will digest the grass, at that time you will also feel more pleased. And when you will eat to me, I will be more tasty for you. So please give me some time so that I could digest the..." Yes, Rajab, clever lamb, that is also right. After some time, the wolf started to attack the lamb. When lamb said, "Oh mighty wolf, please wait." The lamb, after some time, again the wolf said that, "Now I will attack you." Again, the lamb said, "Please give me some more time. Please, some more time. I am in the process of digesting it. A little bit is left. Please give me some time." Okay, the stupid wolf agreed again, and this went on for some time. The process went on for some time. The lamb made one excuse after the other till the shepherd arrived. The lamb kept on excusing, demanding for certain excuses. The wolf got scared, and as soon as the shepherd came, wolf got scared and being frightened. It ran away from that place. The wolf got scared on seeing him and ran away, leaving the lamb. In this way, the lamb saved itself because of its intelligence. And because of its intelligence, the lamb saved himself. Okay, so this outline, I have all these things you have to write there in your notebook. Key point: what is the story? What are the key elements in writing a story? And this story also you have to write there in your notebook. This work is to be done in your notebook. And one outline: stupid wolf. Yes, that's also good, Rajab. Stupid wolf. That is also clever. Lamb title also you could give, and stupid wolf title also you could give. Okay, so but all these are relevant with the structure of the story, with the theme of the story. So likewise you have to think upon, and then have to give an expression to your ideas. Think for the ideas and give an expression. Think for the ideas and give an expression. And definitely you will be able to write a good story. Okay, now this is about the wise lamp. Yes, of course, that's also good. See, this is how, this is on imagination. Now you have involved your mind there in the thought process. Okay, and as you have involved in thought process, more and more ideas will come to you. So, in exam, you have to think for a solution. You have to imagine. And definitely you will get ideas. Clever lamp with the fullest wall. Yeah, but at the same time, you have to think upon that the title should not be that much big. And as you see, most of the titles they doesn't remain that much big. It should be catchy. It should be not. It should be quite small. Otherwise, it's good. It's bringing the idea. Yes, Vardhan. Okay. Now think for the moral. Yeah, children. I'm waiting for your response. Think for the moral. What moral? Think for the moral of the story. Yes. What is the moral of this story? Arnav, where is Arnav? Arnav and the other students, everyone should take part in this discussion. All of you should take part. Provide your response. Some of the, yeah. I am waiting. You take your own time, children, because I can understand that for writing it requires some time. You take your time, okay? Now, once I will read your this morals, then we will find that different students they are having different morals on the basis of their imagination. So this is what imagination differs from person to person. So you just think upon and what that comes the best in your mind as per the relevance of the theme. Okay, that you have to write. You think upon that. Yes, this is the story. This is the theme. This is the structure. So in this situation, what best moral could be there? Yes, with mind we can defeat anyone. Yes, very good. With presence of mind we can overcome any problem. With presence of mind, with presence of mind we can defeat anyone, or we can overcome any problem. Good. Yes, very good. Because see, if a problem like situation is there, and then if we will give up, if we will surrender, then there will not be a solution. Solution will comes with presence of mind. Solution will come when we will think upon. Okay, so yes, of course, this is a good moral. You would have written it with presence of mind. We can defeat anyone. The lamb. Don't give up. Don't give up in life and find a solution. Don't give up. We should never give up. We should never give up. Don't give up. There remains a solution. In every situation, there remains a solution in every situation. Every problem has a solution. So this is also good. Don't give up in life and find a solution. Don't give up in life and find a solution. Yes, other students, Tejas, yes, Vardhan, Algia. What about other students? Yes. Yes, children. So you have understood that all these points which we have discussed, all these you have to write there in your notebook. You write this in your notebook. You are already familiar with story writing. Story writing was there in class 6th also. In 7th it is there. Today we have discussed about story writing. In the next class also we will discuss about story writing. Okay. So this is how we'll discuss. Okay, these things you have to do there in your notebook, and one more question I will give that you have to do there in a paper. I will send there in your group. Okay, I will send the one more outline there in your group, and that you have to do there in paper. And at present these worksheets are also available there on the AES website. So those worksheets also you can download. Those worksheets also you can download and send for the Dropbox. Okay, what about other students? What about other students? You have not given any response for the moral. Thanks for spending your time, sir. That's good. Thank you. But other students, what about you? Why you have not given any response? Okay, tomorrow you tell me. Okay, children. In the next class we will discuss. We will continue in the next class. Okay, thank you, children. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you.